Hey, what's going on? It's your boy. Back at you with another video, man. I'm not going to be before you long. I just want to talk about Dan Hurley, UConn coach. And he turned, I know this is kind of a few days old, but I want to talk about it. That Dan Hurley turned down the Laker job. And I want to give my thoughts on it. And I think that for me, I think it's embarrassing for the Lakers to not have a coach. And I'm going to just talk about this because I want to get up early this morning and I want to talk about it. That when I post things, I'm not posting things because I'm trying to be spiteful, that there's no hate towards Bron and AD and this Laker team. I post things because I want you guys to be honest that the state of this franchise is a complete joke. And I think that Dan Hurley made the right decision by rejecting his job. I think the real reason why he rejected the job, because you got to look at it. He won 2 national championships back to back with UConn. He's a legend. He's been there for a short time, and he's a legend already. So, why would he want this Laker job when you got LeBron James, who will be 40 years old December? This team there's no stability with the Lakers. And there's no stability in the NBA because you got to look at it, right? If he loses 2 seasons, he's out of a job. He's won championships with UConn. So for me, it doesn't make sense for him to go coach the Lakers. And it's just that when the Lakers fail, they're going to do him like they did Darvin Ham, right? That when things went wrong, Darvin Ham was the scapegoat. And you got to look at it like he was just in the Western Conference Finals last year. And a year removed from being in the Western Conference Finals. This year, you fall short. You lose to the Denver Nuggets in 5 games. Not trying to ride a dead horse, right? But at the end of the day, right, we got to look at it like this, that at some point, there's no accountability for LeBron and AD. That LeBron and AD has shrunk. That it's embarrassing that you lose to the same team 2 years in a row, but nobody says anything about it. And he probably looking at like, if they'll do Darvin Ham like this, and this man was in the Western Conference Finals last year, who am I? Why would I want to, and then you got to understand his family in Connecticut. His family loves Connecticut. He's settled there. Why would he want to come to the Lakers? And they don't have no patience. They don't want to go out and draft. Like I keep telling y'all, the Lakers do not want to draft. And they're going to keep getting their behinds kicked. I'm being respectful, okay? That nobody wants this Laker job because it's a joke. His team is a complete joke. That why would he want to coach the Lakers? And he made the right decision. He made the right decision. And the Lakers got to go find him a coach. Who wants the job? Because in 2 years they be fired. Because Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka don't have no patience. And what they did to Darvin Ham was terrible. Absolutely terrible. But then you got these guys on YouTube that call people haters, right? That I'm not a hater, I'm just speaking the truth. That outside of 1 year, LeBron and AD has done nothing for this team. Nothing. But you're going to keep paying these guys $100 million to go home. To me, it don't make sense. And then you got Jeannie Buss kissing LeBron hips. Why? When he's really done nothing for this team. That they've won a championship that nobody respects. But anybody who says anything about this man, y'all don't want to hear it. And I'm going to go into that later in the video. But Dan Hurley made the right decision by staying at UConn. He made the right decision. That his family is settled there. The university loves him. You're a success. Why would he want to leave UConn? And I know a lot of people say, well, you know, they gave him a $35 million contract. And the Lakers going to give him a $70 million contract. But I tell people all the time that when you're employed at a job, it's not about the money, it's about the peace. Just like the job I got. I do security for a college, right? It's not really about the money, it's about the peace. I go there, I got a regular schedule every week. All I gotta do is come to work on time, which I come to work on time, right? I got a job. I got stability. There's no stability with the Lakers. They're not. Because when things go wrong, they're not going to look at AD. They're not going to look at Bron. That when you pick a job, you want stability, you want comfort. And there's no comfort with the Lakers. That this team is a mess. I'm sorry. But a lot of you dudes out here get mad at these vloggers. You get mad at Stephen A. Smith. And I'm going to say this to you. LeBron might as well be the coach. Because if they do bring in another coach, he's going to pout. He's going to whine. You know, a lot of the stuff is on him. That this man is the leader of the team. Why do you keep losing to the same team? Why you keep going home in the first round? Outside of the NBA bubble. Which is, you really think about it, is really embarrassing. That outside the NBA bubble, this team has done nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. But all you're going to do is keep making excuses. And you see why nobody wants this job. Because you don't treat like the way they didn't treat Darvin Ham right. So why would Dan Hurley want to go into this situation? You got a prima donna player that doesn't hold himself accountable when he fails. There's always somebody else. And you got to think, when the Game 3 interview, when the Lakers was down 3-0, instead of saying, LeBron saying, you know what, we're gonna try to get back in this series. We're gonna play harder. It's on me. First thing he said, it's just basketball. What you mean it's just basketball? When like Stephen Curry said a couple of years ago in the interview, he said basketball keep the lights on. Basketball pays their bills. Do you understand that this just basketball? What you mean? Basketball is life. That's not the kind of guy that you can depend on, man. That this is not coming out of a place of hate. And you wonder why you have no coach. Because these dudes out here, you dudes don't want the truth. That you might as well just go and make LeBron the coach. He's not gonna do what the coaches tell him anyway. He feel like he knows everything. And that's why this team continues to struggle. Because they have no plan, they have no vision. There's no saying where there's no vision, the people perish. This team doesn't have no vision. They just driving a car down the street with no particular place to go. And until the Lakers get a vision, they're going to continue to get their behinds kicked. They're going to continue to be the biggest joke in the NBA. They're going to continue to go home in the first round. They're going to continue to be a playing team because as this roster is constructed, this is a playing team. They're average. A lot of coaches is not going to want to put up with LeBron James. A lot of coaches not going to want to put up with Anthony Davis with him being soft. That the European centers, and it's shocking to me, that the European centers in the NBA, they kick his ass. I'm sorry. He's too soft. And I'm going to keep telling you, until the Lakers get them a real center in the middle, they're going home, man. They're going home in the first round. That when is this going to stop? That the Lakers need to just rebuild, man. At this point, just rebuild. When you're lead, the saddest part about this thing, right? That Anthony Davis is getting outplayed by a 39-year-old, 40-year-old player. That's embarrassing, bro. It's embarrassing. And the sad part about it is when your star player is 39, 40 years old, you're not going anywhere. And that's why a lot of these coaches don't want this job. But I know somebody that y'all need to go hire. I think that maybe you should give Mark Jackson a chance. Because Mark Jackson was a great point guard in the NBA. He was a great coach with the Golden State Warriors. That he built Golden State to who they are today, which they lost, which they didn't make the playoffs this year, but he helped build a team in Golden State where they were able to win 4 championships in 8 years. Why not go get Mark Jackson at this point? An experienced coach. I think LeBron, AD, I think these guys would respect Mark Jackson. He's been an analyst at ESPN. He knows the game. Why not hire Mark Jackson? And I'm just saying, like, why not hire this man? He's on the couch right now. Go get you a real coach. But I'm gonna say this: a lot of guys are staying away from this job because they know that when things go wrong, they're gonna throw LeBron. They're gonna throw LeBron and AD are gonna throw the coach under the bus, and that's why they have no coach. That when people out here, and I'm gonna talk about this, people talk about, everybody's a hater. Why we gotta be haters for just speaking reality? That you LeBron fans don't like the truth. You just don't like the truth, do you? You don't want reality. And that's why you keep getting your ass kicked. Excuse my French. Until you stop, till the Lakers, until these Laker fans, LeBron fans, until you stop making excuses, you're going to keep getting your ass kicked. Nobody wants this job. And it's the Lakers are at a humiliated state. They've lost to the same team 2 years in a row. That they have basically been a play-in team every year. Who wants to deal with this? This team is a mess. Complete mess. And it's sad that they're out here begging a 40-year-old player. What do you expect a 40-year-old player to do? Kareem was 40 years old. 1987, he was 40 years old. But he had a young Magic Johnson, a seasoned Magic Johnson. He had a Byron Scott. He had James Worthy. He had a young AC Green on the boards. He had Kurt Rambis. He had Michael Cooper. He traded for Michael Thompson. situation was different. But when you got a 40-year-old player, your best player, you're in trouble, man. This Laker team is in trouble. And I make videos like this not because, oh, I'm trying to hate on somebody. I'm just being honest with you. But you guys can't handle the truth. That this LeBron AD thing has been a complete flop. That has been a disaster. It has been a disappointment. Y'all want ear candy, or do you want somebody that's going to be honest with you? That nobody wants this job. And any coach that takes this job is a fool. Because when AD and Bron can continue to keep getting their ass kicked, they're going to blame the coach. What they did to Darvingham was wrong. And I feel bad for that man. Because he did not deserve to get fired. He didn't deserve it. And Dan Hurley saw it. And I'm going to close on this. Dan Hurley said, you got a prima donna player. You got a soft player AD. You have no guards. The team is average. Why would he want this job? And he made the right decision. That he is a legend at UConn. You don't throw that away. They're going for a three-peat. They're going for a three-peat. He playing for a three-peat next year. And you want to go play with these clowns? Two weak superstars that's gonna keep making excuses. That's all y'all gonna do. Anybody who criticizes LeBron, y'all hate them, man. He didn't want to deal with that LeBron situation. Because, I mean, what you gonna get a coach? He's not gonna listen anyway. He respects no coach. But that's your leader. This is gonna be his fourth coach in 7 years. But you call people a hater, you get no views, people don't want to respond, which I understand it. Because you dudes just don't want the truth, man. I get it. I listened to a guy last night, it was funny. He was talking about, I guess he was sneak dissing, but he was sneak dissing this dude named Brandon Love Sports, right? He was talking about how, that he criticizes LeBron and all of this, like, he's fat, he's ugly, he's this and that. Why people gotta be called all these names for just speaking reality? That this Lakers situation, LeBron's tenure in Los Angeles has been a complete nightmare. Complete nightmare. Utter nightmare. That at some point we have to call things for what it is, right? That nobody is embarrassing, that nobody wants this job. And I'm gonna say this, if I'm JJ Redick, what the hell, what I want this job for? What I want this job for? What I want this job to be the next scapegoat. Russell Westbrook, you said, you guys complained, excuse my French, you guys bitched and cried about Russell Westbrook, right? But you still keep having the same problems. You still keep getting your ass kicked, right? So what's the excuse now? You still keep going home. That this team has to get it together. That why are you paying AD and Bron? It don't make sense. You're paying these guys $100 million to be a play-in tournament and go home in the first round. This team is going nowhere. And a lot of coaches don't want to deal with this circus joke type atmosphere they got in LA. That when I make videos, I'm not trying to hate on nobody. I'm just speaking the truth. That's all I'm trying to do. Maybe I do, and I will be talking about other things. that I don't know if I'm gonna do videos every day, but I'm going to do more videos on camera. You see me. We just got to be honest. That I feel sorry for this team. That this team doesn't have a coach right now. It's embarrassing. And it's sad that I know three people are turned over in their graves right now. Dr. Jerry Buss, Kobe Bryant, and now Jerry West. And Chick Hearn, legendary Laker announcer. Slam dunk. They're turned over in their graves looking at this foolishness, man. That is sad. I want to see this team get back to the way they were in the early 2000s when they was winning NBA championships. When the 80s when they were winning championships. I would like to see them. It was fun watching Lakers when they had Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, Cedric Sabalas, Elden Campbell, Vlade, Anthony Peeler. Those were fun days. They were fun teams. They didn't win championships, but they had Dale Harris. They were fun to watch. This team stinks. And until Lakers get together, they got to get together, man. I feel sorry for them. And I feel sorry for these dudes on YouTube that we just can't speak the truth, that we just can't be honest. Why can't we be honest? Why everybody's got to be a LeBron hater, but just speaking reality? That outside of 1 year, this man has done nothing for this team. Nothing. That nobody respects that bubble championship. Respect is earned, not given. If you want me to post positive things about Brian and AD, they have to do positive things on the court. That's what a lot of these coaching candidates, they're looking at this stuff. That Darvin Ham would draw plays, he would walk away from him like he's nobody. You don't treat this man like that. That man was an NBA champion and an NBA champion as a coach with the Bucks and a championship player with the Detroit Pistons in 2004. This man is respected, and you just treat him like he's nobody. He walks away. He did that with Frank Vogel. He did that with Luke Walton. You don't treat people like they're your coaches. You don't treat them like that, man. You treat people the way you want to be treated, man. But that's all I got to say. I just think I'm going to wrap this up. I think that Dan Hurley made the right decision. That you don't leave UConn. You're in a wonderful situation. His wife, his family, they're settled there. And like he said, I read the quote. He said that he said, I'm going to stay at UConn because I have leverage. And he had no leverage with LA. Because this team, a 40-year-old player, you're not going anywhere. He's seen it. The writing is on the wall. This team is not very good, man. I'm sorry. Call me a hater if you want to. Tell me what y'all think. Deuces.